So a couple of weeks ago now, somebody from Ubisoft said that For Honor could come to the Switch if it did sell well on the PS4, Xbox One and PC. In this video I want to talk about why I feel like a For Honor Switch port would be the best version of For Honor. A Switch version would be better than the PS4 and Xbox One, and I do believe it has come out for the PC as well. I feel like a Switch version would be the best version just because I did put in 10 hours into the beta. I will give you my general thoughts on the game itself later on in this video, but having played For Honor, you will see the tutorial level, but I just feel like this game is suited for motion control. It is something which I have heard from people like Red Knight, and he is absolutely spot on. From having played the For Honor beta, like just the tutorial level, I'm not sure whether I will be able to post it or not, but hopefully I will be able to post For Honor gameplay in the background of this video. But pretty much the tutorial level shows off the controls, and yeah, I really hope I can actually show that gameplay off in this video. But pretty much how the controls For Honor works is pretty much the right analog stick is key. So wherever you move your right analog stick, that is where you will attack and that is where you will block. So if you move your right analog stick to the left, you will block to the left. So say like if somebody is attacking you like to your left, then you have to move your right analog stick to the left to block that person's attack. And if you want to attack somebody from the top, then you have to press up on your right analog stick. If you want to attack from the right, you have to press right on the right analog stick. It is definitely a lot different to how other games work. I've never really seen that sort of thing before. I never really see like devs take advantage of the right analog stick in that sort of way. I definitely did take a while to get used to those controls, but I definitely did enjoy those controls. But I feel like this game is made for mouse control, and pretty much on Twitter I said that imagine Wii Sports Resort, the sword game, and imagine a more fleshed out version of that, and pretty much you've got For Honor. And I stupidly forgot to mention on Twitter that Skyward Sword obviously is the best example of a sword fighting game, or a sword, or pretty much most control where you got a sword. Skyward Sword is pretty much the best example of that sort of experience, and I feel like For Honor could take advantage of the mouse control in the Joy-Cons. So instead of using the right analog stick, yes, you have a choice to do that on the Switch just because mouse control is optional, but say like if I wanted to, say like if I did pick up For Honor if it did come out on the Switch, and say like if it did use mouse control, then instead of using the right analog stick to do blocking and to do attacking and that sort of stuff, I could swing my Joy-Con from right to left, and then my character can attack from right to left. Mouse control is seriously, it's just suited for this experience. It really, really is. I just feel like mouse control, pretty much the game can recognise wherever you are moving. So like if you are blocking from your left, then it will show it on screen. I just feel like it would just be more accurate. It would just be a lot better to do that with mouse control than to do that with the right analog stick, and it would just be a lot more fun to do it that way as well. I don't know. I just had a lot of fun on Wii Sports Resort in that sword fighting game. Obviously in the 1v1 dual arena, but also in the little like story sort of thing where I can remember going across a bridge. You had a load of Mii's coming at you, and I just loved just like flipping, swinging my Wii remote, and my character on screen was, you know, you doing that on screen pretty much. So it just felt like I was in the game. It felt like I was actually slicing and dicing these Mii's apart. And a For Honor port would just feel the exact same way. So the controls for, For Honor would be perfect for the Switch in terms of motor control. Like I said before, they can still do the right analog stick for people that don't want to do motor control. But for people like myself that are used to motor control and are used to, wafting about their Wii remote, slicing and dicing people, with motion control in games like Skyward Sword and Wii Sports Resort. Seriously, For Honor is just... Seriously, I just really want this game to come out for the Switch. And Red Steel as well, the first Red Steel game, that was a sort of game. And that basically took advantage of the Wii remote. So like wherever you were slicing and dicing your opponent, the game will recognise wherever you are moving your arms. And For Honor could do that as well. So like I said before, you could see that somebody's trying to attack you from the top. You could move your Joy-Con to protect your head. Like, you could move your Joy-Con upwards, and then your character will block that opponent's upward attack. If you want to attack somebody from the left, you pretty much move your Joy-Con from left to right. If you want to do like a top left to bottom right motion, then you can do that just by simply swinging down your Joy-Con. Obviously you don't need to do it, you don't need to do it forcefully. You could just do it, pretty much how you normally, play Wii Sports Resort and Skyward Sword. You don't need to just go flipping mental with the motion, like in terms of the movement. But what you need to do is just swipe down, and that's it. And the game will recognise it. So yeah, For Honor, the controls are just really suited for like motion, and I'd just love to see it on the Switch. I'd just love to be able to, play For Honor on the Switch, and I have a choice to able to use the, the right analog stick. Which, don't get me wrong, I did have a lot of fun using, but I know I would have a lot of fun swinging my, or not swinging, but just moving my Joy-Con from right to left, and then my character will attack that person by swinging their sword from right to left. It will make me feel part of the experience even more. And seriously, what they could do with HT Rumble as well, so like if you're attacking somebody but they block it, it could actually feel like in your Joy-Cons that they blocked it. It could actually feel like you are hitting a shield. And so like if you are hitting somebody, I don't know, maybe they could replicate the feeling of hitting flesh, or maybe they could replicate that sort of hit feeling in the Joy-Cons through HT Rumble. So yeah, For Honor on the Switch would be perfect for that. So it would be perfect for most controls. So just going to talk about my thoughts about the general game itself. Now, like I said at the start, I did put in 10 hours into the beta. And I'm going to be completely honest, I didn't enjoy myself at first. I was frustrated. Just because people play the game like cowards. So pretty much, you get somebody to pretty much low health, and then they just run away. They dodge roll out of the area, and then that is it. You have to chase them down. They go running into their objective, and then they regain health. And most of the time, whenever you do chase somebody, you end up running into more of their teammates, and that was just annoying. Whenever you did fight against somebody, and then their teammate just came along and just battered you to death, that was frustrating. Another one of my complaints was down to the health system. Pretty much the only way to gain health if you don't have the ability to, whenever you kill bots, that does regain your health. But if you don't have that ability unlocked, certain classes don't have that ability. So pretty much there are 3 classes in For Honor. There is like the Knight class, which I use the most. You got the Viking class, which I didn't get along with at all. And you got the Samurai class as well, which I definitely did enjoy using. I definitely did like using the long range sword. So yeah, certain abilities have, or certain classes don't have that ability. You have to unlock the ability to kill bots, and then you regain a little bit of your health. But if you don't have that, then pretty much you have to go to an objective to regain health. But this is my main problem. So like if you're trying to capture an objective and there's 2 people in that objective, you've got to flipping bail out of that objective. And if your team doesn't have any objectives, then it is pretty hard to capture an objective when you've got two people constantly chasing you and you run out of stamina as well, so you don't have a constant like run, you don't have a constant dodge roll as well. So that was just one of my main complaints, like, to start off with. But I had a lot of fun playing For Honor. It was a lot of fun. Just, I played pretty much the Dominion game mode, I do believe it was called. It was pretty much like domination, and I had a lot of fun playing that. I just had a lot of fun slicing and dicing opponents. But yeah, the game was frustrating, but it is fun as well. And I feel like a lot of my frustration, like, I had a lot of complaints about the controls to start off with. I just couldn't get on. I just couldn't get on with them at first. I did take a while to get used to the fact that, yeah, I got to press left on the right analog stick to attack from the left. I got to, if I want to block, like, I was having trouble blocking people just because I wasn't really matching what they were doing. So I wasn't really, if they're attacking me from their left, I wasn't really blocking from my right. So yeah, I did have a lot of fun playing For Honor, but it is frustrating at the same time. And I guess a lot of that frustration is based on the fact that people do run away when they get to low health. So it is frustrating when you are owning that person, but then they just flip and bail out and just go to their teammate, and then you just hide behind their teammate, and then their teammate just flipping kills you. So that is a little bit frustrating. But like I said, For Honor on the Switch would be perfect in terms of mouse control. I just have a lot of fun just actually, being part of that experience even more. So instead of pressing the right analog stick, I could flip and move my Joy-Cons, and then the character can replicate that. It would actually feel like I am part of that game. So that is why I would like to see For Honor come to the Switch. I feel like they could take advantage of the Joy-Cons really, really well, and I'd love to see what they could do with HD Rumble as well. So I really want to see For Honor sell well on the PS4, Xbox One and PC. I really hope we do get to see a For Honor port for the Switch, because like I said, the potential is there for a really fun experience. And like I said, I feel like For Honor could be one of those games that could take advantage of the Joy-Cons in the best possible way to start off with. We saw ZombiU, that was like the best sort of experience that took advantage of the Wii U gamepad to start off with. I feel like For Honor could be one of those games that do take advantage of the Joy-Cons in the best possible way. So yeah, I really do hope you are watching For Honor gameplay in the background. I really hope I am allowed to upload For Honor gameplay. I can't see why I'm not, but I think it was stupid, by the way. So pretty much in the For Honor beta, like, you weren't allowed to capture like For Honor like gameplay without a capture card. You can't just save video clips by using the PS4 in-game capture card. Although I did get around it in the tutorial level and the levels before I got into the main multiplayer. But yeah, I just found that stupid, just because pretty much everybody has a capture card now, so everybody will be just capturing For Honor gameplay anyway. So yeah, For Honor, really fun. I probably will pick up this game later on. I've just got too many games to play, and with the Switch on the horizon, and speaking of Horizon Zero Dawn, I won't be picking that game up anytime soon, just because I've got the Switch coming soon. I've got Zelda, I've got ARMS, I've got Splatoon 2, and yeah, that's just going to keep me busy for a long, long time. So yeah, For Honor, I think it would just be really good. It would just be, I think For Honor would be the best experience on the Switch, down to the mouse control that is possible through the Joy-Cons. And I feel like For Honor is a game that is made for mouse control. I really do. It is better to swing, or not swing, but to move your Joy-Cons than to do it just through the right analog stick. That's just my opinion. It would just be a lot more fun to do it through mouse control than to do it through the right analog stick. But that is time for me to end that video, just because I'm just flipping, repeating myself now. But let me know your thoughts about everything that I've talked about in the comment section below. And if you have picked up For Honor, or if you did play the For Honor beta, then let me know your thoughts about the game in the comment section below. One more thing I forgot to mention as well is, It is pretty frustrating when you are owning someone there and then they flipping unleash one of their power-ups to, for them to gain more health. That was another frustrating thing as well. I think maybe the power-ups, I don't know, maybe they could have done without some of them, especially like gaining health. I think they maybe could have done away with that, just because, I don't know, it's just a little bit unfair that you're owning someone there, then all of a sudden they pop off one of their power-ups and then that's it. The fight has changed. The only reason why that person won that fight was because they popped off a power-up. If they didn't pop off that power-up, then you would have won that fight. So that's another little frustrating thing, but definitely did have fun playing the game. This sort of experience, like, I've always wanted like a war sort of scenario where it was not just guns, but it was swords, and I've always wanted that for the longest time, and that is what For Honor is providing me. So definitely do like the game. There is some frustrating moments in the game though. So yeah, that's just everything that I want to talk about in terms of For Honor in this video. And of course, if you do get any For Honor news, like in terms of For Honor on the Switch, then of course I will bring that to you on my channel. But for the moment, that is it for this video, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.